Hello everyone, I'm Martin Black Knight, and this is a special video today. Since Honkai Part 2 will be Honkai Impact 3rd Part 2 will be releasing soon, I propose a small video to show you a bit of my account progression. Shonen as a bit of a farewell L to Part 1. It will also serve as a small review and my thoughts on the game. Spoiler alerts, I love the game. First of all, I've been playing the game for almost 908 days, logging almost consecutively every day. As you can see, this is where I started. On July... On the 18th of August, approximately the same patch as the Herrscher of Flame Scion got released. So, I kinda got lucky with her and she's been with me ever since, and if you want to know my favorite characters, I'll tell you later, but she's my favorite Valkyrie. I'm of course max leveled, and in terms of characters, I have almost everyone except Lunar Vow Crimson Love and Sarcasm Nyx, who I will get eventually one day since I'm guaranteed her on my next dorm supply. For those who don't know, dorm supply is like the standard banner in Genshin or in Honkai Star Rail. And they have at least some sort of pity. Just show you the gacha. Supply. Dorm supply. A new S rank Valkyrie is guaranteed, and you get a new S rank in 3 drops if you don't have them all. And I've got 2 times dupe, so my next one will be Sarcasm Nyx. I wish we had that in Genshin, since it's almost been... I've been playing the game since day 1 and I still don't have catching. Oh, since we are talking about the gachas, let me talk to you about the gachas, since I've heard that there will be some changes on the gachas once Part 2 comes around. First of all, this is dorm supply. Like I said before, the standard gacha, where you can get like old Valkyries. Well, they add sometimes old Valkyries, like recently they added Dea Ancora and the Herrscher of Sentience. But for characters, mostly it's expansion supply. Good thing about expansion supply is that there is no 50-50 at all. You get the Valkyrie in 100 drops. I've already did 10, and because I thought I could give my Samsung as Lunar Crimson, but they did not amount too much. But there's also a soft pity, so you don't go to a 90, you mostly go like 75 to 80. That's what usually is. And there's also focused supply. This is your weapon or gear gacha. Since unlike other games, just like Genshin in and Star Rail, you can get the character, but you also need to get their weapons. Unfortunately, in Honkai Impact 3rd, the gear range system is different. You don't have artifacts, instead you have stigmatas, which you can get. And while in Genshin you can use like specific, like whatever weapon you got, like in Genshin I have an Ayaka with the equipped with the Haran. It's not her best weapon, Haran is more suited for Ayato, but it's still a good weapon I can use for Ayaka. In Honkai Impact 3 it's a bit different, since weapons tend to have really specific type effects. There's also some, you got 2 for gear, but only for 1. Event supply, this is mostly... Oh, this is actually a really good banner, since the Infinite Intimidator and the Star of Eden are 2 really good weapons, but they just come by often, so... And the advanced supply, this is mostly another way to pick up like old Valkyries and Troutes quite often. And the outfit supply. This is a feature I really like. This is a feature I like very much, since it allows for to essentially get a free skin. Well, I've already did one pull since the first pull is always free, but if you continue pulling, you can get this skin for free. It's a 5-star skin. Think of it like the deluxe skin in Genshin Impact with new animations. And it's basically, they are really good skins. And they are surprisingly cheap. Only 960 e-crystals, which is about 31 pulls. So for just 30 pulls, you get a skin, which is really great. Oh, small detail. Here, a pull costs 280 as opposed to 160 for Genshin and HSR. Oh, also, I'm missing one Valkyrie I'm missing is Asuka Langley Soryu from the Evangelion collab. But since I started playing after the collab, well, I can get her. At least I have official. Where is my fish? At least I have official, since, well, it's Genshin collabing with Honkai, so Rover's collabing with itself. You may remember that I have a few Valkyries on SSS. These are normal since they are like essentially free to play Valkyries. You can get them from the shop. Up. A lot from the War Treasury, which you can get like. Since I have all the Valkyries available, I can only buy fragments to rank them up. Essentially, ranking ones is their own version of Eidolons. And a little thing that's noteworthy about Honkai Part 1 that I think I should mention is that they are limited characters, yet they have different like battle suits. Not like, and you can use like multiple of them in a team. Like, for Kiana, we have this is White Comet, Lightning Beam, Valkyrie Ranger. This is Divine Prayer, Hersher of Flame Scion, the Hersher of the Void, and the Hersher of Finality. Unfortunately, I think that this is a trend that will disappear of getting new, I think a few characters, but developing them to the story with battle suits. Ever since I started playing, they've added Elysia, Mobius, Raven, Carol, Pardophilus, Eponia, Eden, Griseo, Vilvi, Sushang, Aichan, Susana, Mistletoe, Prometheus, Kira, and Siren. And quite a few limited like new battle suits. They focus more on adding new characters, and already for part 2 we already have 2 new characters, like 3 new characters. I don't remember their name, but like one of them is Coralie, the other one is Helia. I kind of forgot the new name. Also, for gameplay, what? I didn't talk about gameplay yet. This is a mostly action combat gameplay. Like, if you play Punching Grey Ribbon, you know what this is, or any hack and slash. 3 party members, and you swap them to either buff your main damage dealer or counter type advantages. As for type advantages, it's mostly a rock, paper, scissors mechanic. Mecha type Valkyries are strong against biological type Valkyries, or strong against psychic Valkyries, or strong against Mecha Valkyries. Quantum Valkyries are strong against themselves, same for imaginary Valkyries and for the new Stardust type Valkyrie, which they just recently added like 2 patches ago with Griseo or Cosmic Expression. And just like this, you notice that it's 2 Griseo, so they still do battles, alternative battle suit for different characters, but this is much more rare nowadays. Like I didn't get to experience the part when you only got like just the 4 or 5 characters, but they get different battle suits. I joined in 5.0 where the Genshin influence really started seeping in. I kind of think that's a miss since like it was unique to them, but well, Genshin made a lot of money, as you know, a lot of money. Also, another thing is the elf. Those are small whale companions you can get. Although Jingwei Wings and Blood Embrace, you can actually farm for them, so they're not all that difficult to acquire. They gave us Water Edge a few patches ago, all for free, and sometimes there are spending events where the more crystals you spend, you can get some rewards. I use them to get some parts for Bleak Durandal. And on the next spending event, I'm probably thinking on finishing my Elf Kiana. And you can get quite a lot of free skin in this game. Like for example, and some high quality too. Like I mentioned the Mobius skin, but you also have the Elysia skin, which is my favorite skin in the entire game. Game also from a Pyramid Gacha. This skin for Mobius, you can get it from an event. So it's free, and this skin for May, you can get in via a bingo card, aka it's a bingo event where you use crystals to buy keys to open a bingo, and if you get a bingo, you can get the free skin. But you can also eventually go to a place called the store. Well, now you only have basic skins, but most of the time when there's a new skin, you can buy them with something called the B chip. I have some because it's not a free-to-play account. I spent some money on this account, but not that much. About the equivalent of 25 poles. You also have a small dorm where Valkyries can relax. Now it's time to talk to you about the few game modes, since maybe they will change. First of all, you have the main story. There used to be a co-op mode, now it's going to be changed for the Realm of Battles. This is in version 2.0. One thing I dislike that I need to mention about co-op mode, since I hope they will fix the issue, is that sometimes it's a pain in the ass. Like you have a mode that's used for weapon and instinct materials for to further advance your weapons, and you need to clear 6 stages, and you need to be in teams of 3, and you cannot start the stage if you are not in a team of 3. So if you play, you do like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and then someone ditch on stage 4, you need to find, and now you're only 2. You cannot start the stage even though you know full well that you'll be able to clear it with just 2 people, since it's really easy. But no, you need absolutely 3 people, and it's difficult to find someone who also got ditched on stage 4, so more often than not, the best way to eventually clear co-op is just to, well, restart from the very beginning. Hopefully they have changes. Since there's also another small daily co-op activity that can be done with just two people. So I don't understand very much the 3-person restriction. You have also the open world. Well, open world is not really that open. It's just like some daily activities where you can get some resources, fragments to level up your Valkyries, and sometimes, rarely, more crystals to roll the gacha. You have the expeditions, which is just general materials, leveling leveling up characters, weapons, and stigmatas, and the Chronicle, which is the story mode. And we have also the challenges event. Mostly there are the three main important. This is the Super String Dimension, also known as the Abyss. As opposed to Genshin and Honkai, here the Abyss has a ladder, and your position depends on the ladder. It's so it's important that you have good gear here and use in different very teams, in so you can get a high score. But eventually you'll be filtered out because of money. I don't expect to ever reach Nirvana. This is the place like only way is good there, since like there's and this is Red Lotus, so I'll probably get relegated in the next rotation since. And also, the Abyss rotates twice a day. Twice a week. And you also have the Memorial Arena. This is I'd say boss rush, but it's more like you fight one boss with increasing difficulties. And once again, there's a ladder. Then you can get more rewards. This is Universal Mirage. For those who know, this is like Genshin's farming artifacts. But in this game, they are called stigmatas, and you can directly buy them. Although not many stigmatas are really good. Like, I've hearted these ones because they are want to build for them, but mainly the important ones are the G4 stigmatas. And if you don't use the G4 stigmatas, like, there are a few that can be useful, like Turganev is a really good stigmata, which is really good analysis. Now new players can work on it. But it's going to take a long time since without the current password, like I'm now of 2015, because I've kind of forgot to do it the past few weeks. But you only get two 3 tokens per day, 3 tokens per run. You get 1 run per day, but in the weekend you get 2 per day. So if you want to reach 200, it's going to take a long time. And that's not because the ether fuel, because this is going to take an even longer time to get. But at least there's no RNG yet. Since you can enhance the stigmatas, but it's just like a few bonus flat stats. They won't matter much for the general player. And this is the Elysian Realm, my favorite mode in Honkai Impact 3rd. Maybe my favorite mode in all the Royal World games. This is essentially the simulated universe. Earth's in a Honkai Star Rail, but they have some Valkyries that get like specific bugs in the Elysian Realm. So even like all Valkyries, once they're added, they can be still perform really well. For example, let's go. Where is she? Himeko, Covermillion Knight, Ice Eclipse. This is a really old battlesuit, and it's been power creeped twice, I think, in the fire and mecha department, so it's not really all that good. Yet, you can get sometimes a few blessings that make her more viable in this game mode. Most of the point where she can compete with the newly recent Valkyries, depending on if you use the buff very much. And as you can see, you can get a few rewards per week and a few crystals. And furthermore, it's tied to the main story. The event is tied to the main story, and it's become. There's also some events, the trial mode, and a few some reruns, and the sim battle. Sim battle is essentially fight three bosses with a preset team of Valkyries, and it's with the Armada system. aka this game has some sort of a guild system. It's not used very much. You can only do like some commissions, trade resources with other players, or give some commissions like giving resources to your Armada, like more funds. It doesn't matter too much, but you get some resources that you don't need, then eventually the next day you get new resources, and sometimes even summoning tickets for the dorm supply. I'm rambling a bit since I don't have a script and I'm going mostly off my head. So now I think I'm going maybe talk about the story. It's first of all, the story starts slow. Like all gacha games, they don't have like first few good chapters, but once you get to chapter 8, chapter 9, the story picks up and gets really, really good. Anyway, I like on chapter, like I don't know what the most recent chapter, so 30, 36. We're on, no, chapter 4. Okay, I don't know my Roman numerals. 40 or so chapters. Because the game's been going on for a really long time. Like, we're on versions like 7 point, I don't know. But the game's been going on for 7 years. 7.3. It will be the next version. Well, you can see that I'm sometimes dumb and don't do my research or script my videos. And since the cast was limited, it allows to develop the characters more and more with every patch. But every new story release, so you get really attached to them. They're not like in Genshin or Honkai. Like I really like Amber, Jean, Lisa, and all the friends we met from Mondstadt. But once we are in Fontaine, the only character that they are mostly forgotten background, only coming by on events that are not canon. Like sometimes they reference old events, like, but because of the Scaramouche introduction, you know that the events are just canon to the player that made them, but not to the story as a whole. And they need sometimes to be reintroduced, but it's also, I think, the same thing here, but here the events are mostly like random adventures or an alternate dimension. But anyway, the story is really good, and if you have one reason to play Honkai, it's at least the story. One of the best stories in the gachas I've played. Also, the music is really, really good. Like you've probably already heard some songs like regression, earn or night glow. But one thing that makes the music in Honkai so good is the emotion that is attached to the situation. And that's because of the story. So, the music is good because the story is good. Also, the tracks are simply good on its own and you can simply listen to them. Then just like that. Also, one thing that I should know of note that I hope they change is that for certain weapons, no. Like if you notice this weapon, after passing through Silver Weakness, Scatter Barrier, the energy becomes an energy ball that triggers a lot of damage. For like this effect will only be available if you have Silver Wing next. And so the weapons are kind of limited this way since there are specific effects to characters. But sometimes a new weapon can help a new Valkyrie get a new playstyle. For example, Senti, the Usher of Sentience, used to be the top tier Valkyrie. A top tier Valkyrie, best physical support in the game. But eventually she got replaced by the Usher of Rebirth. So, they gave her a new weapon, and that allows her to transfer into a more offensive role. Since before she was a support that had some offensive capabilities, but now that her supportive capabilities have been essentially power crept, since yes, in this game power creep is a real issue. Like some day 1 Valkyries in Genshin or HSR can still be used, here they are more most likely being power. They are here power creep is a lot more frequent. Like a lot of old Valkyries can no longer be used, even if they were top tier ones. For example, the Herrscher of the Void. When she was released, either that she was a top tier Valkyrie, meta defining, you can use her anywhere, or whatever situation you want. But now, she's mostly an old Valkyrie. Whose time on the spotlight got disappeared. When and other Valkyries will now feel her niches better. She is no longer useful. The only people that use her are, well, those that get delegated in lore Abyss tier rankings. So once part 2 comes out, expect that new Valkyries will be power or correct. I don't want to power creep you, I just want to use you, even though in terms of fire DPS, the Usher of Finality, it is much stronger. And now it's time for you to show you some Valkyries I like in order. As you know, my favorite is the Usher of Flame Scion. Essentially, it's more a case of she's been with me the whole time and I've learned to really love Kiana's character as the story. And the culmination of character comes out in the Usher of Flame Scion. The Usher of Finality got released after, but this is the culmination of the Honkai part 1 of the story. This is the end of Kiana, of the story that you've been following since part 1, but it's more like emblematic. No, this one's more emblematic of the progression of Kiana from a young kid to a young naive kid, brat, a bit an immature brat, to a fully fledged mature Valkyrie. Another character I like is the Hersher of Sentience! She's just a really fun Valkyrie to play. It has always been really good, so I've always had a reason to use her. Sure, and she's also really fun. Fun and like like, she's the best, she knows she's the best, you know she's the best, and you praise her for it. Long live the Hersher of Sentience. Yatta! Another Valkyrie I like is Elysia. Of the new characters they've added, Elysia is without a doubt the best. Be it with the version of human ego, Go or Miss Pink Elf. And hopefully I hope that the one day will add an XP of her and of the issue of Sentience to Honkai Star Rail. But we already know that there's a Fuhua. There's a Fuhua that exists in Honkai Star Rail. Since sometimes if you read like everything, there's sometimes on a poster with a message from Marshal Hua of the Shenzo Law Fu. Another character like is made the Hersher of Thunder. She essentially got power crept a bit via the Hersher of Origin, but the Hersher of Thunder got the cool factor. Thirsting, she can summon a dragon. This one cannot summon a dragon, so you win. So Hersher of Thunder wins by default. And of course, I'm a big Mei fan, whatever the game she is. I like the Raiden Shogun, and I like Akaran. Mei's overall really great. Now as for Bronya, my favorite Bronya is Silverwing next, aka the adult Bronya, since all the Bronyas before were more like they had a lolly type body, not my favorite type of body. I prefer much more the CEO of Oyo Bronya. Although this is a skin you can get, this is her usual appearance. Come to think of it, Male Kiana also had a skin, so not much of a difference. Mei, it was also a skin that I had on her. This is her original appearance. This is the first skin you can get by the event, but this is my favorite skin. Although this one is also really good, yet it's a paid skin, while this one, you can get it just by saving some crystals free to play. And of course, Elysia also has as I mentioned before, Elysia also has a skin. No. This is her original skin, and she also had this alternative blue Elysia skin, who I won't talk about much since it's a bit spoilery. And this is the Ursa of Human Ego, and this is her original skin. If you think it looks like a bride, well, it's on purpose since she's a Hersher who loves humanity. And cute girls. She's a cute girls enthusiast. Like, okay, now that I've talked about a few of my favorite Valkyries, like some additional thoughts. Like, do you remember Sushan from Star Rail? This is how she looks in Genshin. She also has a skin, and she will get another one next patch. And I prefer this version of Sushan a lot more than the goofy one we got in Star Rail. Like, I prefer when she drops a giant sword from the sky than the chicken. Mm. Oh no, what else can I talk about? Mm. Oh yeah, we have official. We also used to have catching, but catching was event specific, so no catching. And if you're a new player, you'll never know that there's an Asuka here. Oh, and Sele. A lot more different. I think that the Honkai story version of Sele is like, what if this cute one grew up to be Veliana? But now it's time to show you some a bit of my collection. Like, I have 34% of the weapons, 30% of the stigmatas, 99% of the enemies. Like, I think I'm missing one, but I'm not bothered. 50% of all the outfits available. Know that when you get a character, you automatically get a default outfit, so 95% of the cutscenes maybe because I haven't completed all of the chronicles. But I still regard it as a completionist in this game, so not. But I think that this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed or this small cut review of Honkai Impact 3rd. Like, I don't do account reviews much, so well, this is the first time I've ever tried to review one account because there's not much to do. Like, I can show you like there's no like special build or anything like you can. You know, like I've worked like X amount of months to get like such a stigmata since you get your gear by essentially the gacha. A child I've just been playing constantly, so it's natural that I've got a lot of the new Valkyries. And even though I tend to have good luck when it comes to characters, my luck when gear is really abysmal. But it's time to say goodbye to Honkai Part 1.1.2 and 1. To Honkai 1 to Honkai Part 1, and it's time to embrace Honkai I 2.0. See ya, Captains. Bye.